tell if it's record. Oh, there it is. All right. Warning. The following is intended for immature adult audiences. Please do not attempt any of these stunts, activities mentioned in this podcast, future podcasts, or previous podcasts. Shout out to Rumor Mill, I Told You So, Shaquille All Meal. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
No one likes you, All Meal.
What's up, Beer League hockey fans and fellow dumpers? Welcome to another unedited, unfiltered, worldwide dump and skate podcast, the #1 beer league hockey podcast in the Bluffton, Hilton Head area, Pooler, Georgia, and Aurora, Oswego, and Naperville, Illinois, and the countries of Israel, Canada, Colombia, Bosnia, Saudi Naperville, and officially Ireland. Thank you, Franzone. I'm the podcast scheduler, social media content creator, the guy who brings the sponsors, the guests, the humor, and the playlist, the broken, old, and decrepit bender, the infamous ball buster, the locker room cheerleader, the hype man, the one that doesn't lose any sleep if you don't like me. I'm the podcast designer and merch creator, Jeremy. I might not pee in the shower, but that doesn't mean after a few zeros I won't send a video of me peeing Abdu. With me, as always, the man that makes this podcast possible, the only producer that doesn't do any editing, the talent of the podcast, but not on the ice, the most loyal friend and brother that will always have your back on and off the ice, in and out of the locker room, the team daddy sitter, the one I used to nag about uploading podcasts, but now I have to remind him that we do a podcast, but he's getting better at this. Jeremy, one of my talents is that I can poop anywhere. Anywhere, Holland.
Facts.
I wish I could do that.
I wish I could call that a talent.
To me, it is. To me, it is. Just like we talked about the other day when I was at All Seasons. I had a key to a very hidden toilet bathroom. And this is after I ate everything in the city of Naperville, and I was just blocked up. I'm sorry, I was really brocked up. And I'm sitting on that thing, just sweating to death, and nothing's coming out. But damn it, my butthole got stage fright. I just couldn't pull one out. So, and then here's Holland. Hey, Holland, there's some guy over here asking questions, and he's a little aggressive. I need you to hurry up and just finish what you're doing. Next thing I know, he like pops up out of the toilet, and it's like, okay, like I don't even think you wiped. You just went out like and came and talked to the dude.
Definitely wiped. Let's not start any
That's
bad
a talent
rumors here. Oh my gosh. All right. What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all shapes, sizes, and flavors? Welcome back to your favorite beer league podcast, the one and only Dump and Skate podcast. We are super excited to be back with you guys. We've got some news and some updates for local stuff going on here. We've got some good stories about some friends of ours that have gone and played with some quite comical events, and brought some memories to Abdu and myself about some interesting times we've been on the ice. So before we get into that, we want to introduce a new, I don't know what we want to call these. They're not really all sponsors, but a new business that we want to spotlight, and that is out of the Naperville area. They're actually in the Bartlett, Illinois area. Their daughter, Georgia, is good friends of ours. She hosted Abdu while he was back in Naperville. They've known each other for years. But we want to, we've talked about a little bit of their food and their family and some of their history. So we wanted to bring that to you guys today. Ambrosia Greek Eatery. So Michael and Joanna were inspired to open this because of their love of Greek culture. They wanted to serve real Greek food made with fresh ingredients, using authentic family recipes that have been handed down through generations. At Ambrosia, they believe in providing warm hospitality, comfortable, friendly atmosphere for all their customers. When you come in, you might be surprised. One of the owners may plop down, sit with you, and talk with you just because they love their guests that much. You'll find a variety of Mediterranean classics, traditional Greek street food, They have their own fresh salads with their own homemade dressings and a selection of freshly prepared desserts. If that sounds like something you want, I know that's definitely something I would love to be eating this afternoon. Hit these guys up. Once again, that is Ambrosia Greek Eatery. They are at 892 Illinois Highway 59 in Bartlett, Illinois. Phone number 847-893-6314. You can find them on Facebook. You can find them on Instagram. 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. every single day of the week. Go hit them up. Delicious food. Plus,
Really
they got a
good
pretty
food.
okay daughter. So go support those guys because we love those guys. Yeah.
She did want me to add they cater and go everywhere. It doesn't matter the location or size. Mrs. Lambro will create a custom package that always works with you. And I'm telling you right now, their chicken is amazing. Amazing. I wish we had time to try it, but maybe you can try it in October when you come to visit. Thank you, Sarah.
Chicken. Is it like chicken shake chicken?
We can make a chicken shake out of it, but it's like a
Good,
quarter
thanks.
chicken, and I've never had chicken so good. And the rice is amazing. Their gyros are great.
Is the chicken moist?
I was gonna say moist. Yes, it is.
Great minds.
So, really good food.
Perfect. Speaking of Naperville, speaking of the Chicago area and good friends and catering and things like that, one of the things we talked about was, hey, the next time we get up that way, we really need to try to hook up with those guys, which brings us to some pretty exciting news. If you guys were in Naperville with us just a month or so ago for the inaugural Zeros Dump and Skate adult hockey tournament. If you had a blast doing it, meeting all of the guys from the Dump and Skate podcast, from the Zeros crew, taste testing and enjoying the Zeros, and just hanging out at All Seasons, we've got fantastic news for you.
All right. July 24th through the 26th of 2026 at All Seasons Rink in Naperville. The boys and girls are back. There will be 2 divisions, a gold and a silver, 8 teams in each division, which is actually doubling the size of the last tourney. This isn't official, but this is in the talks, and I believe this might happen. Returning teams will receive a discount. There will be an early sign-up discount.
Wait, hang on. Back up. Did you just say this is in the talks, but you're not sure if this is facts or not yet? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, I believe this is facts, but don't quote me on this.
Oh my gosh. Be careful with this advertisement. You'll get this discount. You'll get the discount.
I believe this is it.
Teams are going to sign up and they're going to be like, we want these 7 discounts Abdu advertisise on the podcast. You're going to get a very angry phone call from Chelly.
Hey, I can tell you right now, we got the date locked in at least. There will be a photographer, food and adult beverages, plenty of dining around the Naperville rink. I'm still trying to lose weight and poop out everything from last month. Can't poop in public, so I just put a vacuum cleaner up my butt. Crosstown will be open all weekend.
If you see Abdu walking around with a shop vac attached to his pants, don't panic. Just working through some personal issues.
I don't know if it's personal. It's just that I
Personnel issues.
I didn't have. I like how you're interrupting me in a read, and then one time during the chip when you're like, "What are you saying in the middle of a read?" But yeah, that whole trip, I didn't have one home cooked meal, like the entire time I was there for the 2.5 weeks. But sponsors for this tournament right now are Zeros Beverage, the Dump and Skate Podcast, All Seasons Ice Rink, Crossbar Food and Drink, B&R Sports, and Chicagoland Print. If you know of any company that would like to be a sponsor for this event, please reach out to us or Chris Chelios.
Yeah, this past year we did, or just a month ago, had 8 teams, roughly 100 guys involved in it. A lot of wives, girlfriends, and families that were up there that were hanging out. We've talked with the folks over at Crossbar. We want to do it even bigger. Hopefully have, kind of like an outside, we hope to have like an outside eating area, things like that. Encourage more people to be able to come up, make it a big event. And then the goal is to have closer to 16 teams this year, hopefully have 2 clearly defined divisions. What are you talking about?
I already said all this.
No, did you?
Yeah, I said we doubled the size.
Sorry. Sorry. I had to
I
get the
understand.
dogs out of the way. They're
I
going
get it.
nuts. That's my bad.
I
Yeah.
knew. I knew as soon as I saw you disappear like a fart in the wind. I was like, "Oh yeah, he's gonna miss the important
The
part."
poor stuff.
But as long as Holland gets to talk, like
Oh,
I'll tell you right now, our first half of this podcast, he's gonna be doing his thing and talking. But that doesn't mean I'm not here. Um, it just means that I'm keeping my mouth shut on part of this topic. I don't- but if it was an
we're
open forum, I would definitely let loose, but I don't want to do that. Holland, you take it away, and I'll
we're
just chime in.
look. I'll just say we're really really excited about being back up in Naperville. I'm looking
I know. I
forward to
can't
that.
wait
It's
for you
going
to
to be a
go up
lot
in
of fun.
October. Thank you, Sarah. I even tried to get Rossi. I was like, hey, Rossi, tell Rue I said hi because I talked to him today briefly. And I go, hey, tell Rue I said hi and tell her thanks that for allowing you to come up to Chicago with me and Holland.
So, hey, I want to piggyback off what you said though about sponsorships. We would love to have more people involved. We know that we've got some businesses that we advertise to you guys on a regular basis. We're going to shoot a podcast later today with another big business. Or with another business that's very hockey central, Whiskey Wax. You've heard us talk about them before. We had them up there with us. We are hoping maybe we can encourage those guys to get up there with us this coming year. That'd be phenomenal. Bring their stuff and try to funnel some business and exposure their way as well. So yeah, if you guys are interested in jumping on as sponsors, reach out to us. Let us know. You know how to get in touch with us, but you can also reach out through DMs or anything through social media, any of the social media stuff we've got. So yeah. All right. So to the not so fun business at hand, that's not really the way I would probably present this, but yeah, currently the podcast title kind of gives away the lead here. But on Wednesday, I think it was Wednesday morning, maybe Wednesday evening. I'm not even 100%. I think it was Wednesday evening. An email was sent out to the youth hockey parents here in the Savannah area, informing them that unfortunately, the parent company that owns the Ghost Pirates and runs the hockey programs and rented the facility for us to be able to use. That parent company and the city of Savannah were not able to come to an agreement for us to be able to use the city's facility to have ice this year. So that means currently ice hockey is on pause here in Savannah. So it's a big bummer. Not a lot of people are happy about it. A lot of people are disappointed about it. There's been a lot of questions. As a league admin, I've been fielding a lot of answers, or trying to field as many of those questions as we could. For those of you that may not be in the area, may be a little unfamiliar, I'll explain a little bit of kind of what's going on. And then for any of you that are in the area and feel like I got a bunch of questions and we haven't got any answers, I'll try to give some answers, but it's really not going to be a lot because, to be completely honest with you, I don't have knowledge of all of the answers and all the inner workings. I've got some assumptions I have based on kind of my job and things like that. So anyways, so for those of you unfamiliar, the Ghost Pirates organization is in the process of building a year-round, full-time, two-sheet facility here in the Savannah area. It's actually going to be just outside of Savannah in a place called Port Wentworth. Once that's up and running, the Ghost Pirates and that organization will own and run that facility, and there will be no more interruptions short of facility close or anything like that. But at the moment, they had been renting a month to month, basically renting an old Coliseum here in Savannah that for years had been called the Savannah Civic Center. I think it's called now the MLK Arena or something like that. It changed names. Anyways, it was what everybody here used to call the Civic Center. And it's, I don't know how old it is, maybe built in the 60s, 70s maybe. And it was a 10,000 seat arena that they used to do monster truck shows and everything else in it, but it had been outfitted with chillers so that you could put an ice rink in it. So seasonally we would get ice here through the month of December and a few weeks in January. For years and years and years, the city would run it, and we would just ice skate during that time and be able to play hockey a little bit then too. So the Ghost Pirates brought a team here. They needed a practice facility. They contracted with the city to use that facility as their practice facility, and hockey was born here as a league. It's a bigger program outside of just the ECHL team. And so we began to develop kids programs, adult programs, a kids travel program, the whole 9 yards, learn to skate programs, figure skating programs, all of it. Like everything that goes along with a rink, it was all happening. Parties, corporate events, everything was going on in there. Again, the broader picture of what's going to happen in the future with the new facility, all that was happening. So the tricky part about all of this was the city owns that building, and the city has for quite a few years now had a very open plan that they want to tear it down, or at least repurpose, at a bare minimum, repurpose that building, kind of at the extreme end of that, tear it down. And so that's been the city's stated goal for quite some time now. I mean, again, for years and years and years, not like for the last 2 months. And so it became pretty public knowledge during the middle of the season, last season, because I got several questions about it from players that the, I think, city council had voted to adopt a plan of partial demolition of the building. And that they had also put out what's known as an RFP, or request for pricing, from contractors to do that demolition, right? So we're aware that the city was doing their due diligence. Now, to be, again, this is Jeremy's personal opinion. I'm a contractor, so I understand what RFPs are, and I understand the process of demolishing buildings and things like that. And it is not a, hey, we got an approval yesterday, we're going to start next week type thing. They're usually month-long processes of getting quotes, trying to figure out what it's going to take to safely demolish a building, because it's going to be a partial demolition, not a full demolition. So at the time, as we were being asked questions about what had been run in the news, our answer was kind of like, hey, look, it's a request for pricing. The city said they were going to do it, but the city never gave any indications that, hey, we're going to just do it all of a sudden, instantly, right on top of you. So we got into the summertime, and as far as I know, again, not as a league admin, this is more as a parent. We were moving forward. My youngest son plays travel hockey. I'm an assistant coach of his team. And so we were being told to continue to move forward with getting all your coaching certification. We did a tryout down in Jacksonville during the summer, because we don't have ice here during the summer. And so went through the process of jerseys and team uniform and pregame uniform stuff and all that, athletic wear, all the stuff that goes along with travel programs, right? Got all that done. Had several practices in Jacksonville in preparation for the kids' upcoming season. I actually just traveled last weekend with my son to play in his first league game as a travel team. And so, and then this past week, obviously, we got the news. And so, from the best I can tell, and again, this isn't anything official. This is not in any way, shape, or form an official statement from any power or entity. I know what the demo process looks like, and what I feel has gone on is everything I've heard is the city of Savannah and the organization that owns the Ghost Pirates were both working together to try to facilitate, even if it wasn't an 8-month usage of the building, at least some kind of partial usage of the building, so that the hockey programs could still continue. Because while this affects all of us that play hockey, we don't have adult league, we don't have kids leagues, the travel kids have nowhere to practice right this second. It also affects the professional hockey team that is a larger revenue producer than any of the other programs I just mentioned. And so it is going to be a difficult thing for them as well. So while they can practice kind of at the in-market facility where they play, when there are events going on there and they need midweek practices, the team is now going to have to come up with alternatives as well. So everything from what I understand, the city and the parent organization of the Ghost Pirates were trying to work to an end where everyone could, basically get what they wanted, essentially. And so my guess is, because of the timeline of demolition on the Civic Center, you have to do a decommission process of a building. It is not something you can just walk in on a Friday, decommission a building that size, and then walk out and on Monday morning start tearing the building down. It is usually a lengthy process. And so my guess is something with the schedule that's kind of already in place with that made it probably a little almost impossible for us to cohabit the space while they were doing those things. Now, again, I want to stress for anybody that's listening to this, this is not some sort of weird official word from anybody. I am not speaking on behalf of anyone other than myself and just my general knowledge of construction and what a demolition process looks like and acts like. So I will say this, and I've said this to a lot of people. I know people are disappointed. I know they're frustrated. I would have loved to have had a season this year as well. It stinks. I'm excited. I still get to go at least travel with my kid and get to see him continue to play a little bit. And the program is doing everything they can to try to facilitate the travel kids being able to have some ice time somewhere, so that they can kind of continue to grow there. But unfortunately, the adult programs are going to be dormant for a little bit, and any of the other kids programs or figure skating programs or anything else going on the ice outside of the travel program is just going to be a little bit dormant for the next few months. The projected open time of the new facility is the summer of 2026, and so that's not that far off. That's about 6 or so months away, a little more than that, but 6 to 8 months away roughly. And so it's a bummer, but what I'm excited about is the fact that the Ghost Pirates organization is committed to getting that rink here. Everything I'm hearing from them is they are excited and eager to get that facility up and running. Not only for the team, but also for all the programs that have started here, have been very successful, have grown tremendously. And so I would encourage you, if you are a part of the hockey community here in Savannah, to stay positive as you can. The easy thing to do would be try to point the finger at the organization or point the finger at the city. I would strongly recommend we not do that. That's just not a good look for us as a community. We will have hockey here again. We will have it here very soon. And both the city of Savannah and the Ghost Pirates organization are committed to making sure that happens. The city and the Ghost Pirates have a long-standing relationship because of the team being located in Savannah. The organization has a commitment to getting long-term facilities here for those same reasons and for the growth of the sport at the kids level all the way up to the adults. So I know we're frustrated. I know we're disappointed. I know a lot of people were kind of expecting and wanting more answers and more answers. The reality is I don't think any of us are ever going to get all of the answers because, look, these are big corporations and government entities. You never get all the answers out of them. And I'm okay with that because at the end of the day, we've lost it short term, but we're going to get it back in the near future. So, yeah, I would encourage you guys, if you're listening to this, if you're part of the Savannah hockey community, don't pull your support from the hockey programs. Try to stay positive about this. Encourage your kids to stay positive. It's only a speed bump. It's just a blip. We'll be fine moving forward. So, and try not to turn this into it's this person's fault or it's that person's fault. It sounds like it was probably just unavoidable circumstances. And so we want to just kind of move forward. So I will say, this was brought up and yeah. So I got nothing else on that. You got any? I mean, you can feel free to give your thoughts, my guy. I'm doing all the talking because I can kind of speak in a not official capacity.
Way. You're more
well,
mature.
Not really mature. Everybody knows that I'm a league admin here, right? So everybody thinks, I'm sure, that somehow I have some sort of insight behind the curtain and all that. I really don't. I jokingly said on one of the forums we're on that my job as a league admin is just to make sure that you guys don't fight and then to suspend you when you do. It's not that simple.
And yet you make threats.
I do make threats all the time.
Slinging
to people.
mud.
Yeah. Again, I can't say it enough. It's in our best interest as a community to continue to stay positive. We currently don't have a full-time facility. But we do have an organization in the Ghost Pirates that are dedicated to bringing a full-time facility here. And we do have a city in the city of Savannah that has been dedicated to this point of continuing to encourage hockey to be here. And so if all of a sudden they closed the doors of the Civic Center and then they told the Ghost Pirates, kick rocks, you can't skate in the end market anymore, then yes, that'd be really obvious. We'd point our fingers at the city of Savannah and be like, what were you doing? That's not what happened, right? This is again, like I said, unavoidable circumstances. There's no need. We don't need to feel like we have to point the finger at one person or another, right? It stinks. We can be disappointed collectively and say, man, this is a bummer. Some of the extremes with which I've heard people have reacted, like, hey, you're ruining the momentum my kid has, or you're going to destroy the momentum the adult league has. The only way it's going to get destroyed is if everybody gets angry about it and starts feeling bitter all about it. You guys can make a choice to not be bitter about this, or you can choose to be bitter about this. I'm choosing and encouraging you guys, don't be bitter about this. Don't point fingers. Nobody's growth is going to be stunted because we don't have hockey for 6 to 8 months, right? we're all going to be okay. The program is going to be just fine. And so let's just move forward. Be ready to support the program twice as much when the doors open on the brand new facility. And again, it'll be a brand new facility. We won't have some of the problems we've had with a very old, very dated facility at the Civic Center with equipment that didn't want to work all the time, or a facility that looked very, very dated, locker rooms that doubled as bathrooms, like all of that stuff. We're not going to have those same issues in the new facility. So again, I would encourage you guys, choose to be excited about what's coming. Try not to just hang on to the fact that, oh man, it's so-and-so's fault, or you've done this, somebody's done this, or somebody didn't do that. Like, man, there's nothing you can do. There isn't a way to go back and say, oh, we can do this and this will make this better or that better. It is what it is. We are where we are. Let's just choose to move forward positively.
I love how you say, hey, go ahead and say what you want, but then you went on another 5 minutes of just talking.
Go ahead and say what you want, my guy.
I just want to say I don't want to have to wake up to 68 messages in the bench app of just pure nonsense. That was a bit much. That was Go ahead and talk.
I did get some messages from people as well, side messages that said same basic thing.
I'm sure
they said the same basic thing, that these people are acting. This is not me speaking. This was people messaging me saying, hey, these guys are acting like grown babies.
That's exactly what I want to say.
Calm down.
Everyone needs to just calm down, quit harping on everything. We've said this a bazillion times. The hockey community is a close, small community. Let's not start ruining that reputation either by just pure nonsense, mudslinging threats, Mr. Admin. It is what it is. There's nothing that we could do that will change anything. We're not going to go out there and then just create a protest and stand in front of the bulldozers or anything like that. So just everybody needs to relax, sit down, and shop vac your ass.
The interesting part too is that some of the thought processes I've heard, they're reactionary. They're not well thought out, because here again, you can start a protest and you can go and you can try to feel like we're going to force the city to kind of hear our voice, so to speak. The parent organization of the Ghost Pirates is a very, very large entity. They have a lot of financial support behind them. And so if any pressure could have been brought on the city, if it was just simply about putting pressure on the city, I think the pressure could have been brought by people that really had the financial ability to do so. That's why I keep trying to tell people, it's just not that simple. People want to break it down and be like, well, if we'll just all band together and crowdsource and raise money. Guys, I think if it was simply about raising enough money to try to be in the facility, I'm pretty sure the organization that owns the Ghost Pirates, among other teams within the ECHL and other professional and semi-professional teams in other sports, I feel relatively confident if it was just a financial thing, they would have been able to sort that out. So, I don't have details about, well, this was what the negotiations were, because nobody's told me that, and so I can't speak with any education about like, oh, well, it would have just taken this, or would have just taken this, and I'm a little baffled. I'll be perfectly honest with you. And it's not a lot of people, but there are some people's essentially borderline demands. Like, they want to know what broke down in the negotiations, basically. Like, what happened here, what happened there. Again, I'm assuming a breakdown happened. I don't think a breakdown actually happened. But basically, how did the negotiations go? We should be told that. That's just an interesting thought process to me, that citizens want to know the conversations had between a private entity and the government. It's just kind of a weird, I don't know.
Let's also take a moment to reflect on the people that bought new skates for a season that probably... Calm down, because that's one of the complaints I had, was somebody complained about Really? You didn't tell me this.
Some people I've heard that people have complained. Again, there are a lot of people that have reached out to me, captains of teams.
I didn't know this. Everybody listening,
players. I've had varying people texting, and it sounds like more than one person may have made statements to the effect of like, I bought this equipment or got this equipment or I got this certification to ref or coach or whatever. And it's like, well, I paid this money. Come on, guys, like, for real.
I didn't know. I was just talking about Sprents and me. I was just talking about me and Sprents.
I know. I bought coaching gloves. I had the only gloves I had that I was going to wear was my Zeros gloves. And during the tryouts, I had one of the other coaches come up jokingly and tell me, "Hey, you do realize you have an alcohol brand sewn onto your glove?" And I said, "Oh gosh, I didn't even think about that. They're the gloves I wear." And so, but they do. They have a giant Zeros logo on the thumb. And so I said, I better buy a different set of gloves. So I bought a solid black pair of gloves that I could wear when I'm coaching. Not going to be on the ice a bunch with the kids coaching as of right now. So I got a pair of gloves, but I'm not complaining about it. It's okay. Like you said, right. I'm going to be on the ice coaching in the future. I don't plan. It wasn't like it was only going to be one season coaching. I'll be back out there. My kid's going to continue to play because he loves it. So I'll be back out on the ice soon enough.
For some people, that gear is going to be outdated next year, and they got to go buy new ones.
Some people won't even wear it, and they'll.
But
just
you can use your coaching gloves in October. Appreciate it.
There you go. So yeah, it's a big bummer. Like I said,
it's not ideal.
I've been really open. Look, if anybody has any questions about stuff, they can reach out to me personally at an admin level, and I'm happy to talk with them and explain basically the very, very limited information I know, which is what you've heard here. I have, again, cannot stress it enough, I don't have any sort of special knowledge about anything. I understand the building world. I understand construction. So I have a loose understanding of what more than likely is going on as far as the timeline is concerned. And then I have faith and trust that the organization that owns the Ghost Pirates has a vested interest in this area. I mean, the new facility they're building is proof enough that they have a vested interest here. And because of that, I'm pretty confident that if a solution was possible for us to be back in the Civic Center, that they would have figured it out. So it just sounds like unfortunate circumstances. So don't cry about it, guys. Like I said, I cannot stress enough. Just try to be positive about a tough situation, like looking forward to what we're doing. I know a couple guys within the community have gone to the news and given statements. Yeah. So that's all good and well if you want to do that. I don't think either one of those guys made particularly negative statements in one direction or another. I always get nervous about news outlets because news outlets typically want some sort of a flash story. So I would be worried that they would want to try to point blame at one person or another. So thankfully, so far, none of that's happened. And hopefully that's kind of the way it sticks. So yeah, it stinks, but it is what it is. We are where we are, and we're moving forward. So the Dump and Skate podcast will be focusing on beer league hockey in our imagination only for the next 8 months because we won't be able to actually play for a bit. So we're going to get creative.
Yeah.
Abdu and I have already been talking. We're going to have to get creative about what we do. We do have some guests that we had reached out to that we couldn't work out over the summer. One of those guests is going to be on hopefully later today for a podcast that gets released later this week. So yeah, we got options. We're excited to keep moving forward. So
if you guys have Live Barn and you're more than willing to donate, we would love to watch certain beer league games and maybe talk about them.
Yeah, we are going to try to get the Live Barn. Abdi and I talked about this. Get the Live Barn and watch some of the. What is your team going to be called now?
The Chicago Zeros.
The crybaby.
The Jersey Bitches.
No,
they're called the Zeros. The Chicago Zeros.
The Jersey Babies.
They're called the Chicago Zeros.
The Whans.
I believe the jerseys have been ordered. I even got you one.
Did you really?
No, it's a sub. We just got a sub jersey, but it's all set and ready for you when you come up there in October. October, November. We'll need you for playoffs in December, and then
it's going to be the most expensive beer league I've ever played.
So
Sarah's going to be like, I hope the rink gets back in a hurry. You're buying plane tickets left and right. This is ridiculous. I'm going to have somebody call me like, why don't you just go to Jacksonville to play? Chicago,
Well, because in December and January, you can play pond hockey.
Yeah, that'd be true.
Freeze your balls off, and that's the best. And then you have the frozen boogers right here.
That's perfect.
So can we talk about embarrassing moments? Speaking of frozen boogers?
Yeah, so we're going to get off the rough news topic for a little bit and move on to something a little lighter. So good friends of the show, Doug Walters, Zach Sprintz, Nathan Sickle Teachy, and a host of others. Forgive me if I didn't mention you. I know there were a bunch of guys that went down there. Went down to Jacksonville this weekend to play in the Pucks for Autism tournament they had. And so it was a absolute good time from what I heard. It sounds like they had some custom jerseys specialty made with autism ribbons on them. So it was Team Hornet, but autism style. And So it doesn't mean that they all had autism that played on the team. I don't mean that. I just mean like that they were there at the tournament in support of.
They had autism. Definitely
Although,
like they
although we got a video that shows
otherwise.
Asperger's Teachy going spastic, going spastic on the ice out of nowhere. Sorry, forgive me. We're not making fun of people with Asperger's.
I'm not. We just got canceled.
Oh man. So, anyways, so I was making phone calls to captains, and captains were calling me back over the last few days, mostly focused in on stuff going on in the rink. And one of the guys I spoke to was Doug Waters, and Doug Waters and I were talking, and he was filling me in what was going on. And so I'll tell this story, and I'm not going to out the guy. Maybe I won't tell the story. I don't know. I don't want to get somebody
Let me tell
else.
it.
I don't want to get no.
I'll tell it wrong, but
Which one are you telling? You telling about the wife?
yeah.
Let me just tell it because I'm worried about you. So you won't know who this is unless you were on the team. So I feel relatively confident in saying this. But anyways, basically from what we heard, there was
Allegedly.
it was a bit of a hodgepodge of people. It was not the true Hornets team. It was some guys brought girlfriends and wives and things like that too. And so it sounds like at one point very early in the game, one of the wives or girlfriends got on the ice and during their first shift could not get back over the board, so the game had to come to a complete stop so that this wife could get hang on, I'm sorry, my child is walking in the door with 62 boxes and the dogs are barking.
What kind of boxes?
I ordered stuff from my kitchen Amazon boxes. So
Perfect. Way to happen,
which
right
is
in the middle
hilarious.
of the story.
Right, which is hilarious that we had to stop a game for somebody to get off. It's funny. I wish I would have been there. It would have been even better just to be able to see it in person. So, but
I said that these guys just got the team just for a good time. As for the Zeros guys, the travel we get, our team is based on unit size for the locker room, and then it's also based off of
what am I
having
doing
a
on the
good
team?
time.
Then?
Why am I?
What are we on the team for?
It's for everyone else.
Parody?
Like
It's for parody.
yes. It's like a learning curve. We got to kind of make the loop a little bit. I don't
Everybody
know
in everybody in the room can't be above average. There has to be some average
right.
in there.
Yes. But we bring a team for locker room, and it's just a good bunch of guys. But then we also have some guys for talent. Most of the guys, minus me, is all talent. So, but the autism Hornets, they just got a team just to have a team, which is weird because if you're trying to win it, you want to get.
Look. Hang on. I'm not going to bag on these guys for going out there.
I'm not either. I'm not.
They had a
bagging on
picture.
them.
I got to go look. I'll pull up the picture. You keep talking. Go ahead. Bag on them for a minute if you want to.
I'm not bagging on them. I'm just saying. But you did say that the level that they were in was relatively competitive. Is that correct? Like
they were competitive within the group they were in, relatively competitive,
yes.
But they did not have. They did not have the team that they, I think,
normally
thought
travel.
They
They don't. It wasn't the original Hornets, right?
yeah.
So
Some of them were, some of them were not. I'm looking at them. I can run off some names here: Ed Boring, Zach Sprintz, Tim Scanlon, Jim De La Cruz, Rick Rosamundo. I don't know if I've said that right. Looks like Teach, his girlfriend, Chris Roach, and Doug Waters, and there's a couple others that I don't recognize. But yeah, they had crew. So it was not the true Hornets. There were some of them, but not all of them, and they added some extras. Look, they went down to skate in the Pucks for Autism to have a good time. I'm all in support of
100%.
that. All in support of that. They're supporting a good cause. They're getting to go play hockey. Most of these guys just found out this week, too, that we're not going to have hockey here, so it's probably a great time for them to be able to go skate and have a good time.
soak it all
together
in.
as a group. Yeah. So plus if you get to watch your buddy's wife hop on the ice and then not struggle to get back over the boards and have to have the entire game come to a stop so that she can get off, even better. What more fun can you have than that?
We should have been there just for content, but
We'll have to
wanna-
from now on. We're going to have to travel. We're going to. So if you think that's fun, man, do we have a video for you? Do you want to tell it or do you want me to tell it?
well, since you've done
How many
most of the
times did you
talking,
watch the video? How many times did you watch the video?
I already got our social media post ready for it.
So that's not an answer. How many
how many-
times did you watch the video?
Maybe about 10.
25 times easily.
Okay.
25 times. I zoomed
I
in
did. I did a
20
zoom
times.
in.
Yeah,
I did a zoom in. Our boy.
Go ahead.
You're going to tell the story better than
No,
I
go
can.
ahead.
No, I prefer you to do it. I'm just going to say our boy Nathan Teachy sends us a
Nathan?
video.
Yeah, Nathan the Teach Sickle Teachy.
Sends us a video in a group chat, and this game went into a shootout. And I'm telling you, I'm going to post it along with this audio clip from the podcast. I'm going to post the video, but Teachy being the skilled, athletic, we're talking Patrick Waugh-esque.
Very. The Flower had his last game in the preseason stuff with was the
Penguins.
Pittsburgh, and you would have thought it was Teach out there on the ice. I mean, it was that good.
Flawless Teachy. We're not even talking about like flash in the glove. Better than that. Shootout. This guy is coming down the ice. We're
Screaming
talking
down the ice.
Mach 10, like just super fast, and it just Teachy was there and ready. And what Teachy decided to do, and this is just from what I'm seeing from the video, he decided to hey, I'm gonna just purposely fall down and fake this guy out. As Teachy's skating backwards, he reverse toe picked it, kicked his feet up a few times, purposely fell down to throw the guy off, and the guy still misses the shot, shoots it right into Teachy, and as Teachy made that save, the guy, no one around him, falls into the boards. I just love that. What is it? Just love the fact that Teachy purposely did that to throw the guy off. That is just saying hey, look.
26 times.
Yes.
I just watched it again. Yeah. So 100% the guy comes in, Teach comes out, squares up, goes to start backpedaling or sliding back, instantly reverse toe picks. It looked like a full-blown Holland in Atlanta, arms flailing as he falls backwards. And apparently right as Teachy caught the ice and starts falling, the guy tried to push the puck just straight past him. Didn't try to Teachy was 15 feet out in front of the net. All the guy had to do was sidestep him, and he's skating into an empty net. Pushes the puck. Teachy falls down, somehow stops the puck with his blocker side hand, and then immediately Teachy's sitting on the ice, two hands in the air, full-blown Lindsey sprints, first-time goal scorer, hands up in the air, fist pumps. All the while, the shooter gets even with the goal line and eats it and slides into the board.
We're talking
it was the dustiest dust off of a shootout I've ever seen in my life.
Great tactical move by Teachy.
Hey, tactical my
this guy. I'm gonna just play to this guy's level, purposely fall down. And you know what? That's the dedication of our fans.
Play to this guy's level, meaning we're all on the same level in this tournament.
That's the kind of content we need from our fans, since there is no hockey. So if you have stuff like that, please send it to us. But then I said, hey, Holland, let's talk about embarrassing moments.
Hang on. So I want to say this. I knew about this because Doug Waters said, hey, look, these are some of the hilarious things that have gone on, right? 2 hours later, Teachy sends us a text and is like, hey, this is absolute, ice cold goaltending. Feel free to use it for content. So Teachy's the one that actually sent us the video. We don't have to go look for it. Teach Sickle himself sent us the clip. So we've got it thanks to the one and only Patrick Waugh, Nathan Teachy.
Yes. So then I said, hey, since you're going to be talking for most of this podcast, so we kind of get everybody involved. So the Chicago guys, the guys in Ireland, they can be a part of this podcast. We were talking about embarrassing moments. Now, I have one. I don't know if I told you this story or not. I don't know. I was pretty young. I'm going to say 20, 21, 22. I was playing in a game, and there's a couple guys that were playing really good skaters. I'm talking really good. And they were on my team. This game got really chippy. And they're on the other team, there's 4 girls. I'm assuming it was their girlfriends. Pretty hot, by the way, if that's your thing, if you like girls, That's not part of the story, but one of my teammates got in a fist fight with the other guy, and this is a league that they didn't suspend you, so
Perfect.
it was a lot of fighting. And my friend, they were both in the penalty box, and this girl comes walking down from the stands to the glass, screaming and yelling at my friends, like, "You ever touch my boyfriend again, I'll beat your ass," blah, blah. He's like, I'm cleaning this up. He's like, "F you, lady. When I get out of this penalty box, I'm going to beat your boyfriend again, and I'm going to come up there and do this and that to you." It was pretty intense. And I go, calm down. I got this for you. I got this. Kind of like when your brother had his first game. I was like, "Chris, calm down. I got this." So I was like, don't, we need you. You're way better than I am. We need you. And this is when I was pretty good, like better than what I'm at now. And to me, that's pretty good. I said to my friend Aaron Blattner, who can vouch for me on this story, and Steve Jablo, you can vouch for me on this. I said, if I score a goal, I'm going to skate right up to where they're at, put the stick between my legs, and then just start stroking my stick and point right at them. And I scored a goal. I went right to the boards, put the stick between my legs, but I stepped on the blade, went wham right into the boards. And I'm not talking like exactly like what the guy did. Exactly what the guy did.
What an idiot.
Exactly. And exactly what the guy did in the shootout in TG. I mean, I went hard into the boards, like hard. It made a loud sound. My teammates, Steve Hush can vouch for me on this one. They go, "You get an A for effort, but boy, did you look like a complete jackass." And the girls, they just laughed. And I
love it.
I was in my 20s, and I was still wearing a Marc Messier Cooper helmet with a bubble to make it look even more like a complete stupid ass
idiot.
Yeah, that happened. That was probably one of my most embarrassing moments on the ice. Probably, yeah.
Awesome.
And they just laughed, and then the guy goes, he came up to me, he's like, "I was ready to drop the gloves with you on that, but there is no need to. You've already just embarrassed yourself." He's like, he's like, "If I were you, I wouldn't even come back on the ice." And I go,
Self-body check kind of.
Well, he's like, I go, "Why not? You're going to fight me?" He's like, "No, there is no need for you to come back on the ice after that. That was just embarrassing." And then the referee goes, "Yeah, he's kind of right. Don't even come out there." It was a great goal. It was a great goal. And it was a snipe. But then I was like, I went out on the ice again, and I just got it from everybody. I'm like, yeah, I'll just bench myself. So
That's awesome. Stick between the legs. Ooh.
I went right in. I wanted to stroke it, and I was going to go right to the girls, and wham, right into the boards. And it wasn't like a soft sound. It was like where there was no post, so it echoed. And the amount of laugh that I got, and man, their boyfriend.
Not a single lesson was learned by you.
No. Oh, no, that. Nope. And then he's like, "I was ready. Just if you were to successfully pull that off, we were going to go at it." And I'm like, "Oh, man. Well, we can still go at it." And he's like, "No, I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt you."
Did you see how I just ate it in the boards? Nothing can hurt me.
Oh,
What are you going to do to me that I haven't already done to myself?
I was in my early 20s when that happened, and it was, I can't remember who the kids were. Kenny was the really good player, and he had no shame. Just didn't care about anything. You can't stop me. Can't tell me what to do. I'm good. He was just a complete maniac. Jablo, you can vouch for me on this. Blattner, you can vouch for me on this too. So I'd rather walk around with a shop vac in my butt, I guess.
I couldn't think of any that I had. Definitely nothing that bad. I played, I did have a couple that were mildly embarrassing, not to me though, but I had buddies that I played with. One of my good buddies growing up, we were playing, he never played travel with me, but we played a lot of rec league together, and we were really close. And I don't even know if he listens to this. I'll have to send it to him. Shout out to my good friend Nathan Canis. He not the greatest hockey player, a little bit of a goofy guy, and but love him to death, and was a really, really close friend of mine. We were playing in a rec league game together. I think it was a high school game, and I don't remember exactly what happened, but he started to come out of the zone with the puck like as a D guy. I was coming up basically dead even with him, and he made this like big dramatic. There was no pressure on us whatsoever. We were just both coming out of the zone. Wingers are fully, committed all the way through the neutral zone, and I'm thinking like, here we go. We're headed up. For whatever reason, he all of a sudden decides to turn around and go back into the zone and try to fire the puck around the boards. Again, like I'm completely caught off guard. So I hit the brakes and go to turn backwards. And about the time I turn my head, I realize, he's not really aiming at the boards. He's aiming directly at our net. And he did, in fact, fired the puck as hard as he could right at our net like an idiot and scored on our own goalie. He immediately looked at me and go, "Oh, I was trying to wrap it around the board. Sorry." I said,
no.
So, no big deal. You missed it by like 40 feet, but appreciate you moron. Like, what? And
what did the goalie do?
The goalie looked at me and was like, "What the is wrong with you, man? What are you doing?" Goalie was it's a rec league game. Goalie's propped up on the post hanging out because we're leaving the zone with no pressure. The next thing you know, his own D-man's firing the puck at him like an idiot. And so we got to the bench. I said, "What were you doing?" He goes, "I was trying to wrap around to you." And I said, "Why? You were coming out of the zone with no pressure." He was like, "I just felt like you needed to carry the puck out of the zone, not me." I said, "You could have just turned and passed it across the ice to me. You didn't have to go behind the freaking net. Like, what are you doing?" So, oh my gosh, it was bad. Bad. It's never good when you fire the puck in your own net. So, and then I went in over, and this isn't as bad as embarrassing. I mean, I had a good time about it. I yelled at him for it. But my middle brother came to Florida this summer, and we went and played some pickup ice. And he does not play ice. He's a roller guy. So he's not super comfortable with an ice puck and on ice skates. Yeah.
It's not hockey.
And so, but he's a good enough player. He can adjust and be fine. He can hang with no problem. So he's more of a D guy than he is a forward. And so at some point we ended up flip-flop, and he was up as a winger. And so I was on the bench actually when this happened, but somebody chipped one up to him, and he made a good move around their last D guy, right? And he's got a 25-foot breakaway basically with 25 foot between him and the goalie with nobody coming. He makes a great move. I mean, like a really good move, beats the goalie cleanly, and then just biffs the puck. He just absolutely misses it. It just dribbles along to the corner, and then he peels away from it all. It was bad, which again, that's sort of happened. None of these are the embarrassment level of, "Hey, watch me stroke my stick and step on it and face plant into the boards."
You want to know what else?
That's elite level embarrassment there.
Or there's nothing worse than you being the host of a tournament in Naperville, and you're so excited to see your friends.
Your hometown. I can't wait to see all my buddies.
I'm going to put my jersey on backwards and just skate around.
Like a buffoon. Like an absolute buffoon.
Stupid idiot. Then there's
so
another
awesome.
one. There's another one. Same tournament. One of the girls on our team bought new skates, and I said, "Do not wear new skates on game one." And he just doesn't listen, and he's like, "You're right. I shouldn't have worn these because I'm falling all over the place." "Well, where's your other skates?" "Oh, they're in the locker room on the other rink." Oh,
I left them at the hotel. They're in Savannah.
Or here's another embarrassing one. We have a guy on our team, 40 plus. You grabbed his sticks once. And then for the next game, he's like, "Hey, don't forget my skates." I send you a text message, "Holland, don't forget his sticks." "Hey, Holland, where's the sticks?" "Oh my God, I forgot them." Maybe 8 months later, you drive down to Jacksonville, and it's in like something with the Holland family. I get a text message, "Aiden forgot his sticks."
I didn't drive to Jacksonville.
Oh no, you drove to.
We were all the way to North Carolina.
Yeah. And
then we get there and the
sticks.
freaking place was closed. We'll talk about that another time. We'll do that one on another podcast because I haven't talked about that one since. So, all right. Well, we wanted to jump on here really quick and
Clear
just
the
kind
air.
of give as much explanation as basically I have and can give. Like I said, if you got questions, you can call me. You know how to get in touch with me. I'm happy to tell you basically the same exact things I've already told you. So, but yeah, and we didn't want to just do that though. We wanted to have a little bit of fun with you guys. So it's nothing like some self-deprecating stories from Abdu to make everyone laugh at him again. So we're going to shoot another podcast today. We got some guests coming on. We're really excited about that. So this podcast will go live probably later today or first thing this week. And then the other one will go later this week. So you can get your eyes on both of them. So we're really excited about that. We'll see you guys super soon. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you soon. Love you. Peace.
Bye, bitches.